Hey guys, Kurt Hughes here with Ignite Baseball, and we have Brandon here as well, all right? One of the things that we test with all of our hitters is their ability to ulnar deviate. And the way that we do that is by using the holding angle test from On Base U. So a pass for the holding angle test is whether or not I can keep this dowel vertical as I move up above my head and below my sternum, okay? So both hands on it, I'm not gonna adjust my grip. I'm gonna go over my head, it's vertical, below my sternum, it's vertical. So this would be a pass. Generally speaking, if people are gonna fail this, they'll start to get below their sternum and it'll kind of start to go like this. Okay, so that would mean they can't radial deviate, which is the opposite of ulnar deviation. Ulnar is this way, radial is this way. And when I go over my head, I wanna be able to keep it vertical as well, because that tests my ability to ulnar deviate, which allows me to get my barrel through the zone. Now, what we'll see a lot of times is people that fail the holding angle test, meaning they can't ulnar deviate or they struggle to, they get into some of the weirdest swing patterns that we've ever seen, okay? And Brandon's gonna do an example, maybe I'll do an example too, but Brandon's gonna do an example first of what one might look like. And so imagine like, Brandon, like you're gonna try to swing like literally without using like the joint of your wrist at all. So pretend like it's locked and think about how would I swing in order to try to get to the baseball. Okay, cool, that'd be fine, but your head was lagging a lot, right? So like if you were trying to get your barrel head to go fast, how might you do that without using your wrist? Right, so you can see he like really leaned his chest forward and threw his hands like a lot. And a lot of people that can't ulnar deviate, their biggest issue is not necessarily that they can't hit the ball hard. A lot of these people can hit the ball reasonably hard, but they can't get the ball in the air like at all. So let's just talk about a really easy drill that we can use to work on the strength of our wrist if we see that someone fails this holding angle test. It's a really simple one. All you're gonna do, Brandon, is go ahead and get to your stride. Okay, cool. And we're gonna start going into the zone with our bat. And I just want you to go slow. And I really want you to feel this bat kind of make like a J shape behind you back here. And that's kind of like those wrists working, right? If you slow it down, usually they can do it to some degree, okay? Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my hand on the bat like this. Brandon, I want you to really use your wrist to move this bat forward and not use your hands to pull it forward. So if I grabbed it like this behind it and you wanted to pull it forward, you just shoot your hands forward, right? Correct. So go ahead and show me what that would look like. Okay, that's not what we want. We want these hands to pivot and the barrel to get delivered to the zone. So what I'm gonna do instead, go ahead, same thing, that J shape, yep, great. Now I'm gonna put my hands here, and I'm just gonna give him a little resistance. I don't have to give him a whole lot, because the further out that I give him the resistance, the harder it's gonna be. You can see his wrist trying to work here, and just try to move me through the zone. Yep, just turn those wrists, turn. You can see the ulnar deviation happening right here, and then keep the pressure throughout. Yep. That might seem a little bit more up than we necessarily want. I'm not really worried about that right now. All I'm trying to do is to make him use those wrists better and to give him a little bit of pressure so that way he kind of like feels how he should be doing it in his actual swing. So let's do it one more time. And Brandon, just when you get to like your extension phase out here, let's not try to go so drastically up. We're just gonna try to stay like kind of like that 15 degrees or 10 degrees up. Okay. Awesome, start making that J, good. Okay, great. First pitcher, perfect. Really good. Could you kind of feel that in that area of your wrist what we're talking about? Yeah. Awesome. So when we don't ulnar deviate, we kind of end up in some really weird patterns. And in order to start like figuring out how to ulnar deviate properly, it's really easy to just give the athlete like a little bit of resistance in that, in the way that they're swinging, so their ulnar deviation kind of turns on. There's also other ways that we do this too, but this is a really easy one that you can probably do with your kid in your backyard if you feel like this might be an issue for him or her, or you can come in for a lesson.